Hey guys, it's Dave coming to you from the dog yard. It is Tuesday afternoon. It is 4 o'clock. It is 88 degrees out, but the humidity is not so bad. There's a slight breeze and I'm not in the sun. I gotta tell you, it feels more comfortable out here than I expected. We're smoking a Perdomo Reserve today, the Champagne 10th anniversary. It's a little stubby one. And due to my inability to do punch cuts lately, I went with the old flat cut. I got one of these sort of cheap guillotine cutters that I just leave in my bag. So the stubby one, we'll see how long it takes. Talk about why we're so early here in a minute, but let me get this thing lit up. All right, guys, we got her lit. And with that flat cut, the draw is really quite amazing. You know, it's a much lighter cigar than I'm used to smoking, but the flavor is still pretty good. This is not in your face. It's not bold. It's not attacking me in any way. It's just a nice, tasty smoke. I usually prefer the longer. I like the Churchill size of the cigars, but this one's actually a pretty cool smoke for how short it is. So again, the Perdomo Reserve Champagne 10th anniversary. Nice little cigar. So what am I doing out here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday? Well, in an unusual moment of clarity, my wife actually decided she wanted to go on a dinner date tonight. So So we're going to head out a couple hours. We're going to wait for the sun to go down a little bit and take the 65 convertible Mustang out. You get some drinks and some, we have a really very nice restaurant about 15 minutes from here down on the water. We're about 10 minutes from the Chesapeake Bay. And so there's a there's a fair number of restaurants. Not as many as there used to be, by the way. But it's a pretty nice restaurant. It's got a pool and it's got a full marina, and it's a really nice restaurant, great bar, great boat drinks, great appetizers. So anyway, we just like to go down there occasionally. Now, being my wife, she couldn't just say, "Hey, I'd like to go on a dinner date tonight." What I actually got was a text that said, "Hey, I haven't planned anything for dinner. Should I go to the store and try to plan something out, or would you prefer to go in the convertible and go out for drinks tonight?" Which, using my nearly 40-year translator with Anne Marie, made me think, I think she wants to go on a dinner date. So I wrote back and said, "Hey, how about option B?" She says, "Wow, I'm really glad you chose that option." So that's about as clear and direct as I'm going to get from my wife. So, but it worked. We're heading out tonight. So that's why we're out here at 4 o'clock instead of 6 or 7. It is shockingly comfortable out here for being up pretty much 90 degrees. You know, I guess tomorrow's supposed to be 98 or 100, so got a couple of rough days ahead of us. I can't really complain. I mean, my God, it's August in Southern Maryland, so we had such a great week. So a couple more days of summer. Literally, I think by Tuesday we're supposed to be back in the 70s. So that's my weather, man. I'm good with that. So if I've got to pay the piper with a few more days of hot, I'm glad to do it. So I'm gonna sound like a broken record. My God, I had a good day today. I had a tremendous day in the market today. The paddock is organized and clean, non-chaotic. My gosh, I love being there. I'm so productive now. You know, I did the video on Party Line. I did the video on on the great gift I got. Day traded, took care of all my bills and all my paperwork. I was done by 2 o'clock. I was done and headed home. My dogs are good. My wife wants to go on a date. It's unbelievable. So yeah, here I am once again saying I had a great day. We're going to a great place for dinner. We're gonna have some nice drinks together. It's just a good day, guys. Life is good. I keep trying to, it's a pillar of my channel is try to be, a purveyor of positivity. There. Um, how about a proactive purveyor of proactivity? Proactive purveyor of positivity. Anyway, we'll stop with the alliteration bullshit now. But it's important to me to be positive and put a as positive a channel as I can out there, and try to have every video be something, you know, about how good life is and how good the day was. I think sometimes we focus too much on the bad. Everybody's got bad days. Everybody's got bad weeks. Everybody's got bad moments. We just don't want to focus on it. That's part of one of the pillars of my channel is try to focus on the positivity and project that. Ooh, project. There's another P. Project that positivity out into the world. Life's too good. Life's too short not to do that. So, guys, we should talk about something serious. We haven't done that in a few nights. I took a couple nights off. It was just too hot to sit out here. Last night was still 93 or 94 out here, humid and no breeze, man. Even the dogs didn't want to come out, so I took a night or two off. But we should talk about something serious, and that is your online profile. What the hell do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, what are you posting? What are you texting? What are you putting on YouTube? What are you putting on Instagram? What are you putting on Facebook? What are you putting on WhatsApp? What are you putting on Rumble? Pick your platform. I don't really care. Don't pick. Don't lose the story because of one piece of the example. Two things have happened that made me want to do this part of the video tonight. One was the owners of these platforms are starting now to get accused of everything that's they're allowing to be posted on their platform, and they're being arrested for it. The next one could be Elon. They're trying to arrest him and have him extradited to Britain or the UK or whatever you call it. It's just the beginning. And so I'm not suggesting anybody change what you do online. I'm in no way, I have no, because who the hell am I to say that to you? I want to make it clear that what you put online stays online whether you delete it or not. Just because you delete it means you can't see it anymore and others can't see it anymore. But there are those of us that can. So just be aware of what you put online, and is it creating a storyline that could be used against you in some very bad ways? Not next week, not next month, but as the society changes over the next several years. Are you making a case against yourself by what you post online? Shit, I probably am. I'm not suggesting any changes. I'm suggesting awareness. So the second thing that occurred this week that made me want to post this was Mark Welsh Piper's comment that somebody made a comment on him to stop threatening to go to the papers or some other things, not to make it too public because the employer might find out. And Mark's comment was, no one's going to look at what I do online. And, my employer or future employer would never bother to look at somebody my size. I want to say it to Mark directly, but I want to say it to this larger audience. That could not be a more incorrect belief. If you are employed, your employer has the right and the ability to monitor your social media, your online presence. If you apply for a job, or if you're an independent and you apply for a contract, that new employer will evaluate your online presence. They will go look at what you post on Facebook and YouTube and comprehensively look across like the 6 or 8 major platforms and see what kind of person you are outside of work. Because the argument is with the kind of person you are in your private life, it's the same kind of person you are in your professional life. I don't care if you agree with that sentence. That's not the point. That's what their belief is. And that's how you will be evaluated for your next job, your next promotion, your next contract, your next position. If you're applying to something and people are evaluating your application, part of that application evaluation will be a review of what kind of content you put online. Frankly, I don't even care if you believe me or not. Some of you are going to say, oh no, they don't do that. They would never do that. They can't do that. They don't have the right to do it. I'm telling you, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, your social media presence is being evaluated and will be evaluated. Part of the way I know that is I owned a company for 25 years and we did it. My HR department, my little dinky ass company, my little HR department of 2 people, my recruiting department of 3 people, 5 people, 5 human beings. We did it. Every single candidate that came to my company got evaluated. And part of the evaluation is what did they look like online? I'm not going to get into whether people got discouraged, disqualified because of what we found. But I'm telling you, it got done. Every company I'm aware of does it as well. Guys, this is as serious as a heart attack. If you don't care, that's fine. I'm not telling you to care. Do what you want. Just don't be ignorant. Be aware that what you post online is being monitored and evaluated. And it will impact your future. Maybe not to the bad. I can't say that. Just know it's being evaluated. So just keep that in mind as you decide what to post. My kids loved Snapchat for years because they said, Dad, everything gets erased. No one can see it. Got erased from public view, but it still was on the servers. We were able to pull up, I had my guys pull up the last month of Snapchats for my kids and print it out and presented it to them. I was elected from 1998 to 2006. So for those 8 years, I chose to have no social media presence. And then my financial success was dictated by government contracts from 1994 through January 2019. So I had very benign social media presence during those years. That was a long time. I had a car channel. It's still up, by the way. DHR Street Speed is my other channel. I haven't posted on it in 3 or 4 years. He had a pretty good following, 15, 16,000 people. Nothing controversial though, unless you consider whether you like this car or don't like this car as controversial. That sure that sure generated a lot of controversy, but nothing societal. And for a lot of years, I helped the government evaluate proposals. You know, the government gets so many contracts in and so many proposals, and they can't do it themselves, so they hire other contractors to review other contractors' proposals. And that's what I did for years. So that's how I got so good at it. Was I learned what good proposals look like and bad proposals look like, and what governments look for in their contractors, and what they were not looking for in their contractors. We caught a lot of contractors in lies based on what they said in their proposal, what they said in their resumes versus what we were able to find on social media. So that's been going on. I mean, I've been out of the game for 6 years. I'm talking 20 years ago now. So I can't imagine what kind of evaluations and insights they pick up from social media today in 2024 versus in 95, 96, 97. So again, all that to say, just be careful and be mindful. Not asking you to change a thing, not saying you should change a thing. Just want to make sure that you are not ignorant of how your online presence is used. I can hear several of you, Greg, and you don't give a damn, you don't give a shit. God bless you. Anybody who has that opinion, God bless you. I'm not saying that's wrong. If you're retired, if you're me or Pat or Jim, if you're totally out of the game, you're not looking for employment anymore, you're not looking for work anymore, it's much less of an issue. It could be used in your housing application. If you go to apply for an apartment, whether it be low income or assisted living or some sort of special situation that the application needs to be approved, you need to be aware that your online presence will be evaluated as part of that. I'll give you one example that you might not think of. So I've done that race, that 3-day race, Run to Monaco, twice. I did Paris to Monaco 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, and I did Venice to Monaco 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. And when I first applied to participate in that organization, before I could even be accepted in, they had to do a full evaluation of me, and part of that eval was my online presence, because they only want you're ambassadors for these cars, you're ambassadors for these organizations, and they don't want the wrong person being an ambassador. So there's an example you're not even thinking about. I'm going on a 3-day road rally, a 3-day race. I'm bringing my son, and they put us through about a week-long evaluation before they approved us the first time. I have friends in Wyoming that are in workforce housing, and that is an application process. And the part of the application process is an evaluation of your online presence. So just 2 examples of how you might not realize it's being used for you. If you're applying for a mortgage that's Ginnie Mae or Fannie Mae or VA backed, they may evaluate your online presence to see if they want to include you into those mortgage programs. I'm not saying they do it today, but they might. All right, enough on this. Just be aware. That's all I say. That's all I'm asking you. Be aware that what you do matters, is being monitored, and will be used to evaluate pretty much any application you have in the future. There's all sorts of weird interminglings and ties going on in the governments today. I'm sure it's true for all Western countries, but the one I can speak to is the tie between US taxes and your passport. It was announced a few days ago that if you owe more than $60,000 in back taxes in the United States, your passport is canceled and you will not be allowed to exit the United States. That's all automated and interlinked. So when they scan your passport at the airport, that's when you may find out that you've been flagged. But more and more that kind of thing is going to happen now. Hell, if you apply or reapply for your passport, that may also trigger an evaluation of your online presence now. I don't really know yet. I said I was done with that. Sorry, obviously I lied. All right, we'll do a quick dog run around because it's a dog yard. There's Echo laying out there just chilling. Chance laying right here, pretty much right off my knee, chilling. Sasha's deciding who needs to be attacked first. And way over here on the other side is Finn, thinking about digging a hole. Sorry, all you can see is his butt. Oh, I guess Sasha's decided that Chance needed to be attacked, but he was too boring. Oh my gosh, she's gonna lay down. That doesn't happen very often. There's Echo just checking us out again. All right, there's your dog review for tonight. So maybe one last subject before we close out for the day. HU tobacco blends. I'm starting to get several requests like, hey, will you sell me some blends? Will you sell me some tins? Or can I trade you for some? Or is there some way I can get some of your HU tobacco blends? And for now, the answer is going to be no. Not because I'm trying to be a jerk. I mean, I have more than I can personally smoke. But I brought, over the last 18 months, I've imported quite a bit. And the reason is I want to see what happens with the new owner. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to pick the company up and actually continue to produce. I don't know if they're going to produce all of their blends, which ones. So I'm just going to sit on them for a while and just let the world, it's just an example of sometimes you got to let the ball come to you. And that's what I'm doing. I'm letting the ball come to me. I don't know what's going on yet. So I don't want to go start dumping out the warehouse to, if 50 or 100 people want a piece of it, without knowing where it's going in the world yet. And then the other reason is, about the only place I know where you can buy it is Esterval's Pipe Shop, which is in Germany, which is where all of mine came from. Though all of mine came from Esterval's as an international shipment in the United States. And as of this morning, they still list Esterval's online HU pipe tobacco. When you search for HU, they still list 59 blends available on their site. So it still may not be readily available. I don't know if you could order 10 or 20 tins of all 59 of them. But there's a traffic light system on their website. Green for fully available, yellow for available in small quantities, which usually means 20 or less, and then red meaning currently unavailable. Red usually means it's going to come back into availability, because if it goes out completely, they'll just delete the blend off the list. So again, as of today, I looked, there are 59 HU blends available on Esterval's. A couple of them are flagged red, but very few of them, so I think most are still available. So I would just ask you do what I did, and go to Esterval's and order what you want and have it shipped. Now, you don't want to order 110, because shipping 110, I usually always went with DHL as the international shipper. You don't want to ship 110. They probably won't even take a 110 order. But if you guys are looking for 10 tens or something, you can go online and order it through Esterval's for now. So I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I just, I haven't even unboxed half of it yet. So I'm just going to pump the brakes, hold on to that inventory, and see what the world does. All right, guys, I think that's enough for tonight. I'm at the end of my stubby. Talked a lot. So I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I hope you're having a great week. Hey, may God bless your life. May He bless those around you. May God turn His ear towards your prayer. May God bless your life as He continues to bless mine. And I'm going to finish this video by putting a 30-second video of gentle play between Echo and Finn. It's a rare moment. You guys have a good night. Talk to you later.